Alright, guys, it's 2022. 2014 was 12 years ago, right? Why am I talking about 2014 when we're in 2022? Psychiatrists, they like to talk about the grief process, and there's many different things that lead into another, like grief leads into denial leads into anguish, and then leads all the way to acceptance. I didn't think much of it. I didn't really take it serious. I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about at first. In 2014, I lost my aunt. And that day, I lost the entire half of my life. I lost who I was that day. I died. The original me died. The happy me died. Thankfully, there was a cushion called love. But then I lost my brother in 2016, 2 days after my 27th birthday. Took me down another spiral. I found myself addicted to methamphetamines. Openly saying that, blunt as hell, own it. I'm clean now. It's 2022. Why you talk about 2014? Everybody goes through grief differently. I lost two of the people I was closest to in this entire world. My little brother looked up to me. And an aunt was probably the only thing that held me together. That was 2014. It should be over by now. The one word, if I were to describe grief, the one word that comes to mind is regression. Regression means a return to a former or less developed state. I regressed. Mentally, I allowed my emotions to compromise me. One thing I learned being addicted to methamphetamine was the fact that the reason people get addicted, we run from life. Life gets too fucking hard and painful that we just cocoon ourselves. It's like alcohol. Alcoholics, they cocoon themselves in alcohol. That's pretty much what addiction is. Unless you face it, there's no running from it. You stay down a road like that, not be lucky enough to have somebody who pull you out of it, even though the pulling out of it on my part was pretty much guilt eating me alive because I felt like shit for all the shit that happened while I was on it. There's a positive within every negative. I've learned that. Within all this bullshit, I learned a lot. It was chaotic, but it was a lot. Curiously, I almost did so much damage and let myself get out of control that I almost lost everything. The one person that keeps me together, my light, my ground. In life, we kind of do need companionship. Without it, we become bitter souls and unhappy and just make do. The point of this video is, grief comes in many shades. Mine was a 12-year shade, and I found my way out of it through chaos. The thing that pulled me out of it was realizing I almost lost something very, very important to me. Something that gave me faith. Somebody that literally slapped God into me, showed me he's there. He's like, right there. Life can be dark and cruel. It can be an uphill battle, downhill battle, roller coaster type shit. Take it from a guy who's just pushed his way through it and learned the hard way and almost wrecked his life completely. Through this whole process, my perspectives changed. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to make movies when I was younger. Jekyll's Domain had no meaning. Nothing. There was no real meaning there, other than capturing memories and putting them in videos. Zine Media. The logo I created from scratch. Each and every part of that logo has deep, monumental meaning, including the semicolon, including the purple around the wings, including the moon. Within the darkness and all the pain and shit, we gotta endure shit like this. If it's part of life, it sucks. It's gotta be painful before it gets better. You gotta learn through the pain. You gotta find out who you really are at your darkest time. And it took me 12 years. And if it weren't for having love in my life, I'm gonna pull myself out of it. I've been wearing my heart on my sleeve for 12 years, guys. That's why I've been slacking in videos. I'll be real with you. With the New York City trip, there was no structure to it at all. It could have been a lot better. It still turned out great, even though it was a montage. Really upset about not making it Niagara Falls. Save that for another video. Anywho, let's end this on a good note. Grief. You have to endure it. Pain is part of life. You gotta destroy yourself before you build yourself. It never really goes away. The pain never really goes away. You just want to cope with it and deal with it. You need certain ingredients before you go and not stay down. Losing people is tough. But without love, you can be stuck. Don't take that shit for granted. Don't lose your shit. But come back from it. With all being said, there's a lot coming up, guys. I'm actually really excited for the next chapter. Stay tuned. This has been a Zai Media public announcement with some encouragement. Within the darkness, I found light. Within each and every one of your darkness, you find your light. Follow the heart. No matter how long it takes, hold on to that shit dearly. Be easy. Love ya. Deuces.